Hi, Adam. It's very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Neetu. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. Good to see you.
Thank you. Same here. Thanks for joining today. Could I ask you to introduce yourself, please?
Sure. My name's Adam. I'm from the United Kingdom. I live in London. I
Okay.
am an online English teacher. I've been using Cambly for about 18 months now.
Mm-hmm. I see. That's great. And yeah, just briefly about me. So, my name is Neetu, and I'm also a Cambly tutor, and I've been on Cambly for 3 years. And I set up this channel just 3 months ago to help students in a similar way to Cambly, but also I'm doing like phrases, grammar every day, and just trying to kind of help them improve their fluency and learn new vocabulary as well. Thank you so much for joining today.
Thank you for
Um,
having me.
yes, it's a pleasure.
How's your day going so far?
Yeah, good. It's nighttime here. Well, evening. It's 7 p.m.
Are you
here, and I'm
still
in
in
Thailand.
Thailand?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. Where are
Whereabouts
you
in
based?
Thailand are
Where
you?
do you live? Yes, I'm in Bangkok. So I've been living in Bangkok for 14 years
Nice.
now. How about you? Where do you live? You're in London, aren't you? In England? Yeah.
Yes, I live
Yeah.
in London.
Yeah.
Surprisingly hot today. Right now, it is 1 p.m.
Right. Okay. Yeah. 6 hours behind us. Yeah.
Interesting.
Right. So is it still like the heat wave happening there in England?
Yeah, so we've had two heat waves this year, one
Yeah.
in June, and we're just finishing another one. Right now, it's 29 degrees.
Okay.
But I
That's quite
think you,
hot for England.
I think you would know 29 here is like 39 in some other
Yeah,
places.
exactly. And with the houses, they're not like ready for like hot weather. There's no air conditioning in most houses, and it's kind of
It's like a
difficult.
sauna at night,
Yeah,
to be honest. We
must
have
be hard to sleep. Yeah,
very thick walls, no air
yeah,
conditioning. Yeah,
right.
it's a little bit rough, but I can't complain. I enjoyed the sun.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. You prefer the heat to the cold. Yeah.
Personally, I mean, you moved to Thailand, so I'm imagining you feel the same way about it.
Yeah, I used to hate the heat. I really did when I moved here because when you grow up in a cold country, it's like, it's difficult to adjust. It took about a year, I would say, to really kind of get used to because April and May are like really hot, humid, dry, very dry kind of season. But then, yeah, you get used to it. Now I prefer the heat, I think. We went back to England at Christmas. It was really cold. Do you mind if I ask you about where you grew up? So you said you're in London. Which part of London was it? And what was your childhood like?
Sure. So
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in a few places. We moved around when I was younger.
Right.
I was born in London, moved to
Mm-hmm.
Nottingham, and then Manchester until
Right.
I want to say 5, so very young. But
Mm.
you know that different accents and different phrases are used in different parts of the UK. We're a very tiny country, but we have 1,000 different ways of speaking. Um,
Right.
it's quite funny. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I've been living in North London uh,
Mm-hmm.
for the large majority of my life. Um,
Okay. I
it's
see.
it's a very nice place. Not much to do, but
Mm.
it's not quite the hustle and bustle of the center. So that's quite nice.
Okay, I see. So you're kind of in the suburbs, is that right? You live on the
Yeah,
suburbs, yeah.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
great. Yeah.
I think when people, obviously, as you know, we
Mhm.
have a lot of students, and a lot of them ask me, "What's London like? How far are you from Big Ben? What sort of
Yeah,
stuff do you do?" Because London is a massive metropolitan place.
right.
Um,
Mhm.
Thankfully, I'm kind of away from all of that. It's
Mhm.
great for a weekend, it's great for a few weeks, but to live there forever, it's a bit
Right.
loud.
That's true. Exactly. Yeah. So you prefer to live, yeah. And where I live in Thailand, it's exactly the same. We don't live in the middle of the city. We just chose the outside, like the outer part of Bangkok, just for more space. and it's more green and just calmer, more peaceful, I would say.
You
Yeah.
get kind of the best of both worlds that way, don't you? It's a little bit
Yeah,
cheaper, it's a little bit more relaxed, but
exactly.
it's close enough to everything.
That's right. So I grew up in Hertfordshire, in St Albans, yeah. And then I moved to Edgware. So that's also in North London, yeah.
I'm
Um,
close to both of those areas. I
oh
think,
right, on zone 5, in zone 5, yeah.
yeah, if I were driving, it would take maybe 30-40 minutes to St Albans, and
Oh,
Edgware is a bus ride away. It's
I
it's very close
see.
as well. I'm in
Right.
Barnet.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I know Bonnet very well. So, yeah, so who do you have in your family, Adam? Do you have your parents and any brothers and sisters as well?
Yep, so I have when growing up in Nottingham and Manchester, we stayed very close to extended family, grandparents, cousins,
Yeah,
uncles, aunties.
yeah.
And because of that, I have a Pakistani background. I was born in the UK. My parents were born in the UK. English is my first language, but
Yeah.
I have a lot of Pakistani culture as well. So
Oh,
we grew up learning certain English words slightly differently. Um,
right. Yeah.
like for example, we pronounced the word tomato very differently from how it's actually pronounced.
Okay.
Um, but now in North London, I have my brothers. I have
Mm-hmm.
two younger brothers, but we are
Right.
all adult age. We're all in our 20s.
Okay.
Um, and yeah, parents are just a drive away. So we're all
Mm,
quite close to each other.
I see. Oh, that's really good. Yeah. So you are one of three. Are they also teaching or are they in different jobs as well?
So my brother works on a ship. He is an
Oh,
engineer on ships, and the youngest has just finished university. So fingers
okay.
crossed he gets good results.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, so it must be a nerve-wracking time for him.
Well,
Waiting
today's
for
actually his birthday, so I think he's got
oh,
one like day off from the nerve wrack. But
um,
yeah. As soon as
okay.
today is done, back to shaking, back to worrying.
Oh, happy birthday to him.
I'll
That's
tell him you
great.
said that.
Yeah, even though he doesn't know me, but yeah. Okay, that's great. So, Adam, in terms of your like school days and everything, would you say you had like a kind of relaxed childhood? Would you say there was like any pressure when you were studying? Was the school quite academic or was it quite laid back, would you say?
So I find it very interesting when talking to other students about their
Mhm.
sort of academic background, because,
Oh,
for example, as you know, here in the UK, we tend to have something like 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. From primary school, secondary school, and for example, Eastern Asia, I've heard it's a lot more strict, it's a lot more focused on academia,
yeah.
which I do find very interesting. My school experience was relatively strict, I would say. I always had parents that were pushing me quite a bit.
Mhm.
Nothing crazy, but they always wanted me to do well. They always wanted me to get as good as possible. So I
Right.
think they gave me a healthy push, which was quite nice. Um,
Mm.
in relation to actual academia here in the UK, I
Mm.
think we have a very good balance, to be honest. I've heard
Yeah.
some places where they are very strict on kids and it's a lot of pressure. I've heard where it's a bit more laid back. I think we have a good balance here. Uh,
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. You have enough time to kind of relax and unwind after school. It's not just, yeah, you're right. I mean, when I talk to some students, they say that their children or they themselves were up from like when they got back from school until midnight doing homework. And it's a lot of, yeah. In some countries, it's quite, yeah, a different system. Yeah.
yeah,
So did you have time to pursue like any hobbies during your school days, would you say?
during my school days,
Yeah, and now as well.
oof, during my school days, it was a lot of just having fun with friends and watching YouTube videos.
Right.
Uh, but when I was younger, me, to be honest, even today, I have a lot of energy. So,
Mhm.
like for example, if I have a few classes back to back, as soon as one ends, just before the other one begins, I'll run up and down the stairs just to get some blood back into my legs.
Oh, that's great.
During school, generally my school day would finish at 3:30. I would rest for a bit at home and then go straight to the gym.
Right.
Especially during those teenage years from 12, 13 up until 16, that was generally my day to day.
Hmm.
And to be honest, I much prefer that than just sitting at home, me personally.
Right, I see. And it's nice that you had like brothers as well and you could like do things together. Yeah. Would you say that you were quite close growing up or were there fights in the
Uh,
house? Usual kind of sibling rivalry.
we were physically close when we were fighting.
Yeah.
So I guess you could say we were close, yeah.
Right.
Um,
Yes.
uh, I think we all have like a level of independence about us.
Mhm.
I think
Mhm.
UK culture tends to be you finish university, you get a job, and you move out,
Yeah.
um, which is quite different from, for example, South Asian culture, which is where I
Mhm.
come from, where a lot of families tend to stick together.
Right.
So we have kind of blended the two together, accidentally, to be honest, where a lot of us have found our own thing and do our own thing, but we all live very close.
Yes.
So I would say, yeah, we're quite close.
Yeah, that's really good. So would you say that you meet your family at weekends and you have so like you said, it's your brother's birthday, so you'd spend time together celebrating. Yeah, that's
Exactly.
lovely. Yeah.
He wakes up late. He won't wake up until probably 3 p.m. So another
Mhm.
2 hours here. So I have time to do some calls beforehand.
Right. Oh, that's really good. Yeah. And in terms of your teaching, Adam, so you're teaching, do you have another job as well, or is this your main job? Teaching.
So um, I could give you a little bit of backstory in how I got into teaching, if you
Yeah,
like.
please. Yeah.
So in the beginning of 2024, I traveled. I was living in Colombia in South
Mhm.
America. I did a
Okay.
little travel through Medellin, Bogota,
Mm.
Barranquilla, and I stayed there for half of the year.
Right.
And I was working a sales job at the time, an
Mm.
online sales job, because I had done sales throughout university. I knew I was quite good at it, but
Mhm.
it was the first time living by myself, and I realized I have all this free time. I don't know what to do. So
Right.
I started teaching. I got a TEFL qualification,
Mhm.
and I realized that I actually quite like it, and I'm quite
Mm.
good at it.
Right.
Um, After that, I came back to London. I wanted to be closer to family, and I
Mhm.
started something called a QTS, which is a type of
Mhm.
teacher qualification here in the UK.
Mm.
So
Right.
I just finished my first year of teacher training. It's a 2 year
Mhm.
course. Right now, we're in summer vacation, so I have
Yeah.
some time to relax.
Oh,
But
I see.
starting September, I
Mm.
will finish my second year of my teacher training course and become a
Mhm.
certified English teacher.
Oh, that's excellent. So with the teaching qualification, are you hoping to stick to online teaching, or do you think you'd like to be in the classroom more?
I love both.
Mm.
I love actual in-person teaching because it's
Mhm.
just a bit more personal. I can understand what's going on a bit more. But
Mm.
online teaching, of course, does bring a lot of flexibility.
Mhm.
And just being able to pull up any resource I want from my tab and being able to
Mhm.
work through it with a student is
That's
always great
excellent.
as well.
Yes, that's right. And do you find, Adam, like you've got students that have been with you for such a long time, so they kind of, you've seen different parts of their life, and they've, moved cities, they've changed jobs, they've got married, had kids. Like there's so much happening, and you feel almost like you know them, even though you've never met them. Do you feel that sense of connection? Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
I have students who they've finished their high school exams and gone to university in this time, and they're all nervous and they're worried, what's going to happen? What does my
Yeah.
future look like? and talking through that with them. I've had students who've started relationships, ended relationships. I've gone on vacation with students before. It's actually, yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
You start developing almost like a global friendship group, which
Exactly.
is quite fun because,
Yeah.
as you know, when you're living in the place you always grew up in, you've always lived. Everyone
Right.
kind of acts the same, thinks the same, speaks the
Yes.
same. So to be
Yeah.
able to meet people from different cultures is always fascinating.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's so much that we can learn as well, isn't there, from our students? I just think there's so much that and I think they're inspirational in different ways. They teach us different things I never knew before about other cultures. Like it's like you feel enlightened as
It's
well. Yeah,
it's a real
exactly.
50-50 split. Like,
Yeah,
for example, probably one of my most interesting students
yeah,
is a teenager from Korea.
right.
I met her when I had just started my teacher training. I was doing my 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the school and then coming back doing Cambly because I want to be there for my students.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking to myself, wow, I'm so tired. I feel like I'm doing a lot.
Yeah.
And then we met, and after a few lessons, she would tell me, I wake up at 6 a.m., go to my football practice, go to school at 8 a.m.,
Wow.
finish
Yeah.
school at 5 p.m., then go to
Uh-huh.
my maths tutor, then go to my English tutor. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
you're 13, you're doing a lot. So
Yeah.
just things like that are really inspirational to see
Yeah.
people who are always working and always doing things in different ways. It is really cool.
It is. I have one of my students is 80, and I think that's like my older student. She's in Japan, and she has 3 part-time jobs, which I'm always, like I always think like in the UK you retire when you're 60 or 65, and you don't hear about many people working beyond that time. They might do like private work, but not really. And the fact that she's got 3 part-time jobs and she's got a husband who's sick and she sews handbags, like she sells handbags, makes them out of kimonos and sells them online. It's just so kind of, I don't know, when I heard about her, I just thought, I can't be tired, like, the
And
way that she is. Yeah,
and
she's so
still finds
inspiring.
time for English lessons.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
She still makes time, and she always shows me photos of her, like she goes on a bike and she travels around with her friends, and there's just no element of kind of fear. It's just all adventure. She just has a really adventurous life.
that's
So
really cool.
I think it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
really
it's
cool.
like a two-way process, isn't it? The learning, I would say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what would you say, Adam, to people watching who are learning English? And so, from your experience as a tutor, how would you encourage them to make progress? Like, if they feel that they are a bit stuck in their learning, they haven't made much progress, what do you think the best way is? By listening or by reading or speaking itself? What would you say?
Personally, I like to take it on a case-by-case basis.
Mm,
So, as we know, 4 parts to language: listening, speaking, reading, and writing.
mhm,
Um, Everyone tends to have one they excel at and one that's lacking a little bit. So,
right,
always trying to make sure we're working on all 4 to make sure they are holistically improving.
yeah,
Um, if I were to give one piece of advice to people who are watching this and wanted to improve their English,
mhm,
just go for it. Um,
mhm,
the amount of times I've worked with students
yeah,
and I am trying to explain to them, your English is good. You have good English, but they lack confidence. They are
mhm,
nervous. They are worried that they will make a mistake.
mhm.
uh, Almost trying your best, understanding that that fear is there and going for it anyways. It is such a
Exactly.
confidence booster
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, English is just a skill. Anyone can learn it, just as you learn how to
Mhm.
cook or
Yeah.
how to ride a bike or how
Mhm.
to learn maths at school. Anyone
Mhm.
can learn a skill.
Yeah.
Having the confidence to actually use it in real life settings is really what I
Yeah.
try to work with, probably most.
Yeah. That's great advice. Yeah. Because there are many people who want to speak, but they feel they don't have the environment to speak, or they are with people who might judge them, and they don't, you know, they don't feel confident to speak. So that's really, so you would say just go for it and don't, you know, don't mind too much about what people say. Just be on your journey. That's important, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess that's almost like a life advice, I guess, rather
Yeah.
than English advice.
It
But
does, yeah.
yeah, like the number of times I'm talking to a student and I'm thinking, I understand everything you're saying, and you understand everything I'm saying, but for some reason you freeze up in public. It really is almost like a mental thing, because English at the end of the day is just a skill anyone can learn.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I think sometimes when we are tutors, we it's not just the teaching part, is it? It's also listening to different aspects of their life and kind of, you know, motivating them in different ways. And sometimes they have problems that they come with, you know, like it could be like, how do I say this politely, or how do I, you know, express this to my boss, or someone behaved inappropriately. I've had things like that as well. So how can I deal with this in the right way? So it's like a kind of, you know, all round learning. Yeah.
Exactly.
So Adam, I kind of, speaking to you, I get an idea of what you're like, but just to use some adjectives, how would you describe your personality to someone who is new, just in 4 or 5 adjectives?
I always struggle with this one. I would say direct. I like to speak my mind, because I don't like to waste my time or your time just trying to get to the point. It's much better just to get to it. Supportive. I try my best. Patient. Again, I try my best. And enthusiastic. I really do enjoy my job. I feel very lucky that I found something so fresh. I still feel like I'm quite young. I feel like I have a lot of time. I look at friends who are roughly my age, and maybe they make more money than me. Maybe they have more free time than me, but they don't enjoy their job. I love my job. So I would say enthusiastic.
Yes. Oh, that's great. Some really good adjectives. Yeah. And yeah, I think that's so important, because there's so many people who dread going to work every day, and they feel it's like a big, you know, it's a chore. They don't enjoy it at all. So having job satisfaction just makes it worthwhile getting out of bed and, you know, getting on with your day. It really is good. Yeah, that's so good. And you said that you have traveled quite a lot. So you mentioned South America. So have you been back to, I mean, not back to, but like you grew up in London, you were born there. Have you visited Pakistan at all?
No. It's been on the bucket list since the dawn of time.
Okay.
But unfortunately not. We were planning to go earlier this year, but unfortunately, because there were some political issues, we cancelled that. I fingers crossed it can really happen soon. Because of course you always have a connection to that place.
Exactly. I mean, with me, I was actually born in India, and I moved to England when I was 4. So I had grandparents there, and who have now passed away, but I kind of had that link. Like every couple of years we would go. Now less often, but yeah.
Is it not easier now that you're in Thailand? It's closer,
It
no?
is, you're right. It's literally 3 or 4 hours to the south. So I'm from Kerala originally, in the south. But now I have to say most people have moved away. We don't have many cousins left there. So it's kind of like they're all over the world now. Like some are in Canada and some in Europe. So it's kind of, we meet up now and then.
That's
More
good.
than before. So the main like reason for going was to see my grandparents. But we went last year and we had like a month in Chennai and Bangalore. So that was amazing. Yeah. It felt kind of touristy more than like a family visit, which was nice. Yeah.
Are you planning to go back soon?
We hope to go this year, maybe in December. That's the plan. I don't know if it will happen, but we aim for once a year, because like you said, it's much closer than when we were in England to travel here. Yeah.
Good. Fingers crossed that happens.
Sorry?
Fingers crossed it happens.
Yeah, thank you. That's great. Yeah. And do you have any other countries on your bucket list for this, maybe this year or next year that you'd like to visit?
I have a lot of students in East Asia, China, Japan, Korea,
Okay.
Taiwan.
Yeah.
I have a lot of
Yeah.
students in the Middle East. I'd love to do a trip around all of the countries in those areas. So that will
Wow,
happen
that's
soon, I'm
amazing.
sure.
Yeah, that's great. So you really enjoy traveling. It's one of your hobbies as well, you would say.
100%. And that's one of the
Yeah,
best things about working online as well,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, exactly. It is. So thank you so much, Adam. I think we've run out of time. So it's been so lovely to talk to you.
We
Thank
have,
you.
but thank
Yeah.
you very much for your questions. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed it.
Oh, it's a pleasure. And thank you for your time and good luck with